Kumusta? Magandang araw. Ako si Reymund. Hello everyone. Good day. I'm Reymund and welcome to my channel. Our lesson for today are all about the Tagalog or Filipino words meron, wala, and marami. When we say meron, that means there is one. There are some, or there was some, or there is one, there are one. So that means there is, or there are, or there was, or there were. And then it also can mean has one, have one, or had some. Okay, for the word marami, that means there are or there were many, kasi marami, many. And then for wala, that means there is none, there are none, or there was none, or there were none, or it also means has none, or have none, or had none. So let us always remember these three words that we have on the screen right now. We have meron, there is; marami, there are many; and then when we say wala, there is none. Meron, marami, wala. Meron, marami, wala. Meron po ba? Is there anything? Meron po ba? Meron po ba? Marami po ba? Marami po ba? That means, are there lots of? Marami po ba? And then when we say, isn't there any? That means, wala po ba? Wala po ba? Meron po ba? Marami po ba? Wala po ba? Or you can drop the word po. It becomes meron ba? Marami ba? Wala ba? But of course, it's always nice and more respectful to always use the word po when speaking to people. Meron po ba? Marami po ba? Wala po ba? Let us have the following examples. May aso ba si Pedro? An aso is a dog, and then Pedro is a name of a person. May aso ba si Pedro? May aso ba si Pedro? And then to say yes, Pedro has a dog, you respond with meron or meron po or marami po. Pedro has lots of dogs. Marami po. Or wala po, which means na Pedro has no dog. Meron po, marami po, wala po. Or you can drop the word po. It becomes meron. But when you say that, it kinda sounds rude. Yan. Medyo disrespectful or something. But it's okay still somehow to say that. Meron po, marami po, wala po, or meron, or marami, or wala. But of course, you can always try to answer that in a complete sentence. You can say, merong aso si Pedro. Pedro has a dog. Maraming aso si Pedro. That means Pedro has lots of dogs. And then walang aso si Pedro. That means Pedro has no dog at all. May adobo po ba? That means, is there adobo? May adobo po ba? May adobo po ba? And then to say meron, that means there is. Marami, there are lots of adobo. And then wala, that means none. There's no adobo. And then you can also add the word po here. So it becomes meron po, marami po, wala po. But you can opt to answer this question in a complete sentence. You can say meron pong adobo, marami pong adobo, and then wala pong adobo. Or walang adobo, maraming adobo, merong adobo. May adobo po ba? Merong adobo. Yan, merong adobo. May adobo po ba? Maraming adobo. May adobo po ba? Walang adobo. Wala pong adobo. May pera ka ba? When we say pera, that's money. May pera ka ba? Do you have money? May pera ka ba? And then to say yes, you do have money, you say meron po. Meron po. Or meron akong pera. Or meron po akong pera. That means I have money. And then to say that you have lots of money because you're rich, mayaman ka, you say marami akong pera. May pera ka ba? Marami akong pera. I have lots of money. And then to say no, because you're broke, you're poor, you say wala akong pera. Yan, wala akong pera. I have no money. Wala akong pera. May pera ka ba? Meron po. Marami po. Wala po. May kasama ka ba? Are you with someone? Or do you have a companion? May kasama ka ba? Kasama? May kasama ka ba? May kasama ka ba? And then to say you do have someone with you, you say meron akong kasama. Meron akong kasama. If you have lots of friends who are with you or people who are with you, you say, marami akong kasama. Marami akong kasama. Or if no one is with you, you respond with, wala akong kasama. Wala akong kasama. May kasama ka ba? Meron po. Marami po. Wala po. May kasama ka ba? Meron. Marami. Wala. Let us also have the following. When we say meron nito, that means there are some of this. Nito is this. Of course, you're holding. And then meron is there are some. Yan, there's one, maybe one. Meron nito, just one. And then marami nito, that means there are many of this. Marami nito, we have lots of this. Marami nito. Wala nito, that means there are none of this. So we still have our words meron, marami, and wala. We just add the word nito and nito, which means this in Tagalog, which is a demonstrative pronoun. We just added the word nito if you're kind of like holding the thing that maybe you're asking for. So nito translates to this in English. Another one is meron yan si Alden. That means Alden has some of those. Meron yan si Alden. Meron ba nito si Alden? Does Alden have something like this? Meron ba nito si Alden? Then that person might reply with, meron yan si Alden. Or marami yan si Alden. Or wala yan si Alden. Okay, meron yan, which means those in Tagalog. So, nito is this, and nyan it means those in English. Meron ba nito si Alden? Meron yan si Alden. Meron ba nito si Alden? Marami yan si Alden. Meron ba nito si Alden? Wala yan si Alden. So we can also have may maganda. That means there's someone who's pretty. May maganda. Merong maganda. That means also there's something that's pretty, or there's somewhere that's pretty. Merong maganda. May maganda. Merong maganda. And when we say na may nasa labas, that means there's someone who's outside. May nasa labas. Or when you also say merong nasa labas, it either means one of the three. There's someone who's outside, or there's something that's outside, or there's somewhere that's outside. Say for example, outside the city. May maganda, merong maganda, may nasa labas, merong nasa labas. May kumain, that means someone ate, or also merong kumain. May kumain, merong kumain. So it's in its past tense, kumain. That means someone ate. Merong kumain ng adobo, merong kumain ng ice cream, merong kumain ng pizza. May kumain, merong kumain. And then to say many people ate, maraming kumain. Maraming kumain ng adobo, maraming kumain ng bok choy, maraming kumain ng igado, maraming kumain. And then when we say nobody ate, that's walang kumain. May kumain ba ng adobo? May kumain, or merong kumain ng adobo. May kumain ba ng adobo? Marami ang kumain ng adobo, or maraming tao ang kumain ng adobo. Or may kumain ba ng adobo? Walang kumain ng adobo. Another one is may kinain si Ben. That means Ben ate something. May kinain si Ben, or merong kinain si Ben. So either of these two sentences, it still means the same. Ben ate something. But for the second sentence, merong kinain si Ben. The literal translation here, Ben had something eaten. Merong kinain si Ben. May kinain si Ben, or merong kinain si Ben. The other one, maraming kinain si Ben. That means Ben ate a lot. Maraming kinain si Ben. The next one is walang kinain si Ben. That means Ben ate nothing, or Ben didn't eat anything. The literal translation for this is Ben had nothing eaten. The question might be, may kinain ba si Ben? May kinain ba si Ben? To say yes, he was able to eat a few or something, you say, may kinain si Ben, or merong kinain si Ben. But if Ben ate a lot, to the question, answering the question, may kinain ba si Ben? And then the response or the answer to that is, indeed, he ate a lot. So it becomes maraming kinain si Ben. But if Ben did not eat anything. So you respond to the question, may kinain ba si Ben? May kinain ba si Ben? And you respond with no, he did not eat anything. That is, walang kinain si Ben in Tagalog. May kinain si Ben, merong kinain si Ben, maraming kinain si Ben, and walang kinain si Ben. Another one is may pinuntahan si Ben. Merong pinuntahan si Ben, that means Ben went somewhere or Ben had some place to go. May pinuntahan si Ben or merong pinuntahan si Ben. Maraming pinuntahan si Ben, that means Ben went to many places. Maraming pinuntahan si Ben. And if Ben did not go anywhere or Ben went nowhere or Ben didn't go anywhere, you respond with walang pinuntahan si Ben. Okay, let's have our examples. The question would be, may pinuntahan ba si Ben? May pinuntahan ba si Ben? May pinuntahan si Ben or merong pinuntahan si Ben? And then you can also say, answer the question, may pinuntahan ba si Ben? And then the answer would be yes. He's been to many places. You respond with maraming pinuntahan si Ben. But of course, if Ben did not go anywhere or didn't go anywhere, your answer would be walang pinuntahan si Ben. Nandito lang siya sa bahay or nasa bahay lang siya. He's just at home. May pinuntahan si Ben. May pinuntahan si Ben. Maraming pinuntahan si Ben. Maraming pinuntahan si Ben. May pinuntahan si Ben. Merong pinuntahan si Ben. Maraming pinuntahan si Ben. Walang pinuntahan si Ben. May ginawa si Ara or merong ginawa si Ara. That means Ara did something, or for the second sentence, literal translation is Ara had something done. May ginawa si Ara or merong ginawa si Ara. For the second one, may ginagawa si Ara is in its present tense. Ara is doing something. May ginagawa si Ara, or you can also say merong ginagawa si Ara. Merong gagawin si Ara. Merong gagawin si Ara or may gagawin si Ara. So that means Ara is going to do something. Also, it means Ara has something to do, or Ara has something that will be done, or Ara has something that needs to be done. May ginagawa ba si Ara? May ginagawa si Ara. May ginawa si Ara. Merong ginawa si Ara. May ginagawa si Ara. Merong ginagawa si Ara. May gagawin si Ara. Merong gagawin si Ara. Maraming gagawin si Billy. Maraming gagawin si Billy. That means Billy is going to do a lot of things, or Billy has a lot of things to do, or the literal translation is Billy has a lot of things that will be done or needs to be done. Maraming gagawin si Billy. Or if Billy has nothing to do, walang gagawin si Billy. Billy isn't going to do anything, or Billy has nothing to do, or the literal translation, Billy has nothing that will be done or needs to be done. Maraming gagawin si Billy, merong gagawin si Billy, or walang gagawin si Billy. And for this one is our Tagalog linkers. If a word ends with a vowel, you need to add the word ng. But if it ends with a consonant, you have to add na. But if it ends with an N, you will just have to add the linker G. May babaeng dumating. May babaeng dumating. We added, or we used the linker NG because the word babae ends with an E, which is a vowel. The second one, merong babaeng dumating. It's the same thing because the word babae ends with an E. Merong babaeng dumating. And then the other one, may dumating na babae, because the word dumating ends with a G, which is a consonant. So you'll be using the linker na. May babaeng dumating. And same with the other one, merong dumating na babae, because the word dumating once again ends with a G. Merong dumating na babae. All of this means a woman came, or there's a woman who came, or there's someone who came who's a woman. May babaeng dumating, merong babaeng dumating, may dumating na babae, merong dumating na babae. Maraming babaeng dumating. Maraming babaeng dumating. Maraming dumating na babae. Maraming dumating na babae, which means many women came. Maraming babaeng dumating and maraming dumating na babae. Walang babaeng dumating, walang babaeng dumating and walang dumating na babae. Walang babaeng dumating and walang dumating na babae. That means no women came. Walang babaeng dumating and walang dumating na babae. May babaeng dumating, merong babaeng dumating, may dumating na babae, merong dumating na babae, maraming babaeng dumating, maraming dumating na babae. Walang babaeng dumating, walang dumating na babae. The next one, may project na gagawin si Efren. May project na gagawin si Efren. So you can also use proyekto. May proyekto na gagawin, may proyektong gagawin. So you can also say may proyektong gagawin si Efren or may project na gagawin si Efren. May gagawing project si Efren. May gagawing project si Efren. May project na gagawin si Efren and may gagawing project si Efren. This means Efren is going to do a project or Efren has a project to do, or the literal translation is Efren has a project that will be done, or Efren has something that will be done, and that is a project. May project na gagawin si Efren and may gagawing project si Efren. Okay, so let us also remember this repetition. Walang kakotse-kotse. That means there are no cars at all. Walang kakotse-kotse. The second one, Juan has no money at all. Walang kapera-pera si Juan. Walang kapera-pera si Juan. The next one, walang kabuhay-buhay si Maria. Walang kabuhay-buhay si Maria. That means Maria seems to have no life at all. Walang kabuhay-buhay si Maria. Walang katao-tao sa kanilang plaza. Walang katao-tao sa kanilang plaza. That means there seems to be no one at all at their plaza. Walang katao-tao sa kanilang plaza. Sunod, walang kabahay-bahay sa lugar nila. Walang kabahay-bahay sa lugar nila. That means there are no houses at all at their place. Walang kabahay-bahay sa lugar nila. Walang kakotse-kotse. Walang kapera-pera si Juan. Walang kabuhay-buhay si Maria. Walang katao-tao sa kanilang plaza. And walang kabuhay-buhay sa lugar nila. Once again, let us remember the following words because they are very important when it comes to answering questions. So we have meron, that means there is or there are some or there are some or there is one. When we say marami, that means there are many or there are lots of, there are many. And then when we say wala, there is none or there were none or has none or have none. Meron, marami, wala. Meron po, marami po, wala po. That's all for our lesson, the Tagalog or Filipino words meron, wala, and marami. If you learned something new from this video, please don't forget to click like and subscribe. Moreover, you might also want to watch the next video on the screen. Maraming salamat, paalam at ingat. Thank you very much, goodbye, and take care.